The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman on this Monday. Beautiful, bright, sunny day, good weather. Monday, April the 29th. We've got a couple of days to go, then we wrap up the month. Let's just look at the market. We're looking at the Dow up 89, up 90 points at 38,332. Let me go to this chart right here. Let me see where it is and what it's got there. Let's just say that's NVIDIA, but we'll go to the Dow. Look. After all this green from November the 3rd in the 9-period moving average over the 14, it's gone pink. And it stayed pink. But look at the way the 9-period moving average is starting to rally and it's attempting to cross positive. It's just in a very abbreviated 1 month worth of pink action, negative action, and then it goes green. Look at the S&P. It's the same thing from the early November crossover to green. It hasn't turned pink until just recently, and that was right here on the, right there, April the 12th. And that 9-period moving average is still pink. It's trying to turn up, but it hasn't yet. QQQ. There was just one brief moment back in January where for over the weekend, Friday to Monday, it went pink, then it went back to green. But since that November the 3rd turned to the upside, it hasn't gone pink until that one moment. And then all of a sudden, in early April, around about, what was that, the 4th? Yeah, the 4th. Starts to go pink, green, pink, and now it's still pink. And you can see it has not flipped to the green side. So that's just saying to me that there's a good chance that we've got a rotation going on here. We've seen it in the Magnificent Seven. And you can look, here's Apple. Apple's just been pink forever. I mean, it's just been in a downtrend. It's trading right now up 6.30 at 175. First decent day it's had in a while, and it actually turned green in the 9-period moving average. But look at the way it's just been making lower lows and lower highs. Amazon turned pink, and the 9-period moving average is still under the 14-period moving average. Netflix is trading at, whoops, where did it go? Waiting for data. Did I type the right NFLX? There we go. Oh, there it is. So Netflix, yeah, turned pink. Oh, that's ugly. Look, here's the price, way underneath the pink 9-period moving average. The 9's way under the 14. Let's go to Goog. Goog had a spectacular earnings report. GOOG. I'm not going to the trading stock. I'm going to the one I use. This is the C stock. Look at that. Magnificent move. Down a little bit today, 350 at 170.15, but on Friday it spiked all the way to 176.42. Wow. That's a fantastic move. Then we go to Microsoft. Microsoft is starting to act very poorly. Actually, the earnings report, which seemed to be very good, I was watching it closely, and once it's set in place, that pink 9-period moving average, it said to me that the Magnificent 7, which went to Magnificent 6 and Magnificent 5, Magnificent 4, I'm watching this real closely because there's very, very little leadership. You've got Google. What am I missing? Can't remember. Oh, Meta. Meta is trading. Look at that. Under the pink 9-period moving average. Huge move down, got smashed. I think it was on Thursday. It's at the 435 level right here. So that tells me that there's a good chance that we are beginning the rotational aspect that says other areas can start to work. Look in the Den says TGB, Taseko Mines. Look at this. Way above. Look at that green. This is a copper stock. Up 5 cents at 265. This is really good action. Look at FCX. Freeport, McMurran, it's trading. Where is it trading? Come. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it's just green. It's way up, retesting the highs. Actually, in this case, let's go to the real thing right here. So you just go to Freeport McMurran, FCX. Yeah, that's a nice chart. Look, it had a little. I have to move this away. That cup formation that I was talking about on Friday, and the falling axe formation is broken out. 52.42 was the most recent high, and today's high is 51.84. Less than $1. What is it? 80 cents or something away from that high. This is a leg C. It should go to a leg D in the weekly chart above 52.42. Leg D in the monthly chart. I need to explain this just very briefly. I'm going to tell you that it had made a peak C in the monthly chart in the Chapman methodology. That's the third highest peak. And they did that back on the in March of 2022, over 2 years ago. It went to 51.99, missed a round number by a penny. But that month, it had a round number low of 43. These round numbers are amazing. And then it slumps to the 25 area, goes peak A, peak B, and that should have been C, but you can't because the letter has to take on the last notation. That was C. So this becomes a D. So that's achieved the fourth highest peak. That's what we look for, and that's where other things can happen. But so far, this is outstanding action. If you're looking at, I want you to go to the TLT. Look at this. TLT is up 33 cents. Really poor action. And that just, look at this, Chapman Wave inside track propellant zone. This is the weekly chart. Look at that channel. And then within it, you have this little inside channel called the Chapman Wave inside track propellant zone. But wow, it's not holding very well. And the stochastics are 9% and flat. On balance volume is flat in the lower range. MACD is negative. 9 period is under the 14 period. I don't know what's going to get yields to go down. They keep going higher, or at least going sideways, except that the TBT did make, at least I'm calling it for now, peak F top in the daily. That says you could pull back some, and a leg C in the weekly chart. So this is going to be very important, what happens with yields. But you can see that the HGX, this is the Philadelphia Housing Index. This almost looks like the dollar chart. Look, it went up, spiked to a peak A, and then fell back, held the left side low, but it's struggling. It's more making a kind of a sideways consolidation than anything else. But it has pulled back from the 740 area down to the 558. And here we are at 682, kind of just stuck. But it's not breaking down. So that's what I'm saying when I say rotational. And that tells me we've got to monitor. What did I want to do? I forgot about it. Oh, I was asked this morning about the IAK. IAK. Now, the insurance, I've been looking at, I forgot all about, once upon a time I had notated all the I stocks. This is the iShare stocks. AIK is the iShares US Insurance ETF. Look at that spectacular move in the monthly chart. And then all of a sudden it makes this little top of 117.60 in March. And it makes a Chapman Wave 2-bar reversal by going to 117.44. So, 22 cents in a monthly chart, and it makes a top. And it just says you got to monitor this very carefully. So in the break, I'm going to do the Chapman Wave notation. I'll be right back. Basil Chapman Dow's up 105. S&P's up 17, kind of holding well here. And we'll talk about that when I return. I'll be back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched The Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Hi, folks. So when you look at the insurance indexes, the ETF IAK, I'd made a PEG in the daily chart right there on the 28th of March at 117.60. 117.44 the next day. It's a Chapman wave 2-bar reversal at a peak D. You always have to be careful of that. It's just a warning sign. But very often we've seen these 2-bar reversals turn into something quite big. And this one did turn into something quite big because it went from the 117s down to the 109 area. Now it's at 111. And the question was, is this a dreaded H? The dreaded H is just a simple technique, usually right there at a peak A or B. If there's a sharp turn to the downside, you've got to be careful of this pattern. Let me see if I can find it right here. There it is. So it means that you've come straight down. Look, here's one where you went down and you ran to a peak A right there and became a peak A minus, took out the left side low and kept plunging. Here's another one, turns down. So here we've got a peak A, a much larger one. And the question is, will this become a dreaded H? And the dreaded H is this pattern I'm showing you right here. You've got your straight line down, and then you have a rally. And the rally fails at usually at a peak A or B. It can go higher, but usually it's at A or B. You've got to be very careful that if the first or second peak, it turns down and takes out the left side low, that's usually something quite serious. Now what we're looking at in this particular instance is that it's pulled back, and I had said 110 to 109 is absolutely key to hold this week. Well, it's up 67 cents at 111.77 today. And the 9-period moving average deflected lower with the MACD deflecting lower. This just suggests there's a real good chance, I'll do it in the very short term, that if the low of Friday, which is 110.69, if this index closes, this ETF closes under 100 and, right there, let's take that, the candle right there, the close, 110.64, 110, yes, if it closes on 110.54, there's a real good chance it's going to test the low on the left side, and that's a low of 109.09, and that was made on the 11th. But to save the day, you could go from an H, lowercase h, to a lowercase m. I didn't show you the chart, did I? Yeah, lowercase h. that if it holds the left side, it can then make another arch. And you can see that in the Dow. That's what the Dow is doing as well. Look, here we go. Lowercase h, INDU, lowercase h, and it could go from a lowercase h to a lowercase m. It's trying its best to rally here. See that 9-period moving. If that 9-period moving average in the daily chart crosses positive with the MACD positive and the stochastic now finally rallying, that's going to be a good sign and say you could very quickly test the high that was made on the 23rd of April of 38.293. And in this particular instance, let's go to the IAK. If it rallies, it would have to rally a lot more to suggest that it's going to test the high in the 114. So right now, it's a work in progress. It's a negative work in progress trying to become positive. So those are the parameters I'd look at. It has got a peak D in the weekly chart, but that's not a sell signal yet. A lot of things would have to happen and probably have to close underneath 109 on a weekly basis for that 9-period moving average to even get close to the 14, but it hasn't done that. And the monthly chart, I'm still calling this a leg B and calling that the peak D right there. And this is a good chance. Look, that could be an E and that could be an F. But everything about it is suggesting that there is still internal strength. So I don't want to get ahead of the game. So I hope that helps you. Next question was Tesla. I was asked about this last week a few times, and I kept saying, although Tesla looks like it wants to go down at some point to test the low, if it's going to do that for the fourth time, which is really unusual, this big blue bar that's on the downside, just a trend line. I said, don't forget, Musk always comes out with something surprising. And you think this is the end of the world, and the more negative articles you read, the quicker you get this response that something's going to happen. All of a sudden, there was the issue that it was so close to really breaking down last week, Monday, Tuesday, and then Musk, what was it that he said? I can't remember anymore. Something about low cost vehicle. I can't remember, whatever it was. And then all of a sudden on this morning at 7:30, there's a news report that says Tesla is meeting with a favorable in terms of their GPS, in terms of the usage of, I think it's now they're using Baidu to be able to integrate, and the Chinese government's allowed them to do that, so they're allowed to use the passing lane, I guess, one of the things that they're doing. So there it is. Tesla's up 19 at 187.40. There's always a story. Does it change the negatives from the lousy earnings? Not really. So I suspect that, and funnily enough, this is what it takes to get the 9-period moving average positive after such a massive decline. Today it's positive. I think that that's going to flip back to pink very soon. It's just a day or two that it's green. And one of the reasons is that there's a lot going on with Tesla that actually is negative, and that's going to come through, I believe, at some point. Okay, question came in. Where did it go? Oh, I wrote it down. Yeah, so in those round number highs, did you see round number lows? I need to check SMCI. There we go. Did it have? Yes, it did. So this is really interesting. Look, super micro company sells services, solutions, architecture, high power, AI, computing, etc. Makes a leg E in the monthly chart, calling this an E for now. It makes a peak D in the daily chart, and it makes a peak D in the, so that's a weekly chart, it makes a peak D in the weekly, in the daily as well as the weekly. So now what we're looking at, it goes to a 1229.00 round number high on the 8th of March with 1092 round number low. That's on the 8th. It eventually comes down to what? A round number 671 on the 21st of April. And now it's trading at 873. I would just say that a 200-point move, I mean, what is that, 28%? Yeah, that's a pretty decent move on the upside. I would say that counts as using a round number as a technical tool. And that's all I've tried to use it for a long, long time. And it was the number of round numbers at the tops recently that were absolutely astounding. So what about NVIDIA? Oh, I wasn't going to do NVIDIA, but let's do NVIDIA. Where did I type that? Or somewhere. NVIDIA. Here we go. NVIDIA makes a round number high. Why is this mouse so slow today? NVDE. Okay, NVDA makes a round number 974.00 all-time high the week of the 10th of March. And what does it do? At the exact low on the 19th of April, just a little over a month later, it goes down to 756. That's a 200-point decline, over 200 point, 0.06. But that day, it has a 762 round number close, and now it's trading. Today's down 6 at 871. But on Friday, it went from that low of 756 to 983. That is 9? I can't even see it. Yeah, 883. Sorry, I don't know why it's so fuzzy. 883. Wow, that's a big move, right? 756 to 880s. All right, I'll be back. Basil.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, folks. So I was asked over the weekend about the VIX index. So the VIX index is right here at 2136 early last week. It spikes to the, I must put the date there because that's kind of important. That was on the 19th of April. 19th of April was Friday a week ago. So from that day, the price of the VIX has gone from 2136 to where it is right now at 14.98. That's a huge pullback. And the 9-period moving average has just gone pink. The day is young. We'll see if it stays pink. But what is really important is that the weekly chart, the candle I wanted to mention because we've got just a couple of days to go before we wrap. A day to go. Or do we wrap it up tomorrow or Wednesday? Tomorrow, I think. Yep, tomorrow's the last day. So you see these long wicks in the monthly candle, and it's back on this blue kind of blue-purple line that I put in as a very long-term trend. It's like a magnet. No matter what happens, the VIX somehow keeps coming back to that level. And it was either there as a midpoint at one stage, back up until 2020, till 2019. 2020, we went way above it to 85.47 March of 2020. Actually, we still have our diamonds, the Dow diamonds from that low, and some other stocks as well. The IAI, iBroker ETF, a couple others right in that area. So look at this. You've got this pullback, and it's just kind of glued to this. I haven't got a price on it. I can call it 1520. Let's say a 1520 area. 15 to 1520. It's trading right now at 14.98. It's just a tad lower. Well, that's the monthly chart. And it says every time it's done that, after that, you've had at least the market sideways to up. And that's a good thing. And look at this weekly chart. It spikes to that high of 2136, and now it's down. And it's way under the 200-period moving average. And I don't necessarily use the Chapman wave notation. It happens to coincide with a peak E top right here. That's unusual. And it's a peak E top in the weekly chart. It doesn't mean say, oh, now they're both dating in the weekly. This could be a really serious top. No. In the VIX, that is, so that it's a real big buy signal in the Dow. I don't want to treat it like that just yet. But I am going to use the 9-period moving average, which is very positive still, above the 14 in the weekly, just turned negative today in the daily. I'm watching this closely because there's a chance we're going to go pull back a little bit, maybe even go a little sideways in the VIX index, but it's done its big move to the upside. What does it take to get another big move to the upside? And that's really the big question in the market, geopolitically, economically, whatever. So a question came in about Goldman Sachs. All-time high as we speak in leg C, brand new buy mode, and the daily chart continuing the weekly chart in leg E, and only a leg C in the monthly chart. It's got a lot to go. So here we are, Goldman Sachs, peak A, peak B, leg C, trading at 432.14 highs at 43.183 right now, 4.26. Excellent move. Did have a 419 round number at some point, did pull back sharply to the 380s, and now it's way above. So this is something that tells me this is helping the IAI, which is the broker-dealer ETF. This is the one that we have from the 45s. And today I said, look, we want to be buying in this area, and I didn't. I was hoping for a bit of a pullback here. We didn't get it. Now it's a leg B. To me, this is a bullish sign. I can't, and we took off any negative positions. We just have no negative positions right now. That is shorts. I just don't see it right now. I don't see the duration of the short side unless it's something that happens just very suddenly and becomes pervasive for the market. 116.25 was the IAI all-time high. The iShares, this is called the iShares broker-dealer and security ETF. 116.25 in November of 2021. It made that peak C1, C2 top, and then it comes plummeting down to the 80s, has a big move to the 105-ish area, pulls back to a higher low in the 85s, and here it is at 100 and, what are we looking at, 113.62. The high that was made at 116.00, round number high, back in March, was retested at 116.16, and then a whole bunch of tops that were made a series where it made a cup formation. I used to call this the drop bucket pattern. It looks like a backhoe where you've got this big bucket, fills it up with dirt, and then whoosh, it opens it up and it drops. Well, it did drop. It dropped very sharply. It dropped down to the, right here. It dropped to 109.17. So that's a 9-point decline. And now it's come back. This comeback in the daily chart is very positive. The weekly chart has the 9-period moving average still very strong. So let's just go back to Goldman Sachs, which is kind of leading the pack. Let's look at Schwab, which is making an all-time high, just missing it today by pennies. It's 75.49 is the high today, and it made a peak C 4 sessions ago at 75.55, 6 cents away from testing it, 7 cents away from a new high, not an all-time high. The all-time high was 96.24. So this is acting really well. And that's the reason why I said to subscribers, we want pullbacks to be buying. Yes, we could do buying, as I did in my hour-long video over the weekend. I said, yeah, we could be doing some buying on the move to the upside. But the way the 9-period moving averages have been acting, it says that in some areas, there's a good chance that we go more sideways, very choppy, and that every pullback is what you want to be buying. You don't want to be buying the breakout because it's getting to a level where it's just about to turn back down. So that's the way I'm looking at this market. Very selective. Now, I wanted to just go to the IWM for a moment. The IWM, a nice leg beat to the upside. That 9-period moving average in the weekly chart. Now, this is something that I do all the time. I study it very closely. Let me just do this for a moment and see if we've got the same sort of thing here in the 1 and 5 minute chart. See now, look what happened. The price pulled back in the 1 minute E-mini after that peak F top. It pulls back sharply, very sharply, but that 9-period moving average remained positive. And it popped to a higher high. It went to this peak G right here. Now it's a little bit vulnerable. Right here at 10:38 a.m. Eastern time, you got the 9-period moving average in the daily, in the week, 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minutes, like a daily, weekly, monthly. And you finally got this pullback at a peak G, and I can put a down arrow on the daily. The weekly had a very strong slide from the high that was made at that peak G, and it went to a peak B right now, but it's starting to pull back, and the 9-period moving average is starting to be impacted, but it hasn't gone negative. So I wanted to point this out, this one right here, to say, look, in the weekly chart, here we go, in the weekly chart of the IWM, look how sharply it pulled back, but it's still a green 9 EMA. I'll be back.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
The stock market is a delicate, interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direction. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direction.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
I should have known when I was asked about Goldman Sachs that if I looked to the right and looked in the Tiger YouTube that I would see that Rochelle's typing in Goldman Sachs all-time high. Congratulations, Rochelle. Good eye. Good eye. So a question about Geron Corporation, oncology stock trading at $4 right now, up 21 cents, up 5.67. This is one I followed for a long time. That big smash to the downside back in March, where it went to a lower low in the 140s, said to me, wow, these things are so volatile. You just never know with them. I say smash only in terms of that we're going from the 2s down to the low 1s. But look what it's done since then. Look at the rocket ship in the weekly chart, just skyrocketing. It's only got a few cents to go to make a leg D in the daily chart, and it's got this gap. Now, this is, maybe I should just do this as it comes instead of saying we'll talk about Technical Friday. But look, when you gap like this, it doesn't matter the price. It could be it's trading at $4. It could be 40. It could be 400. It doesn't matter. Most important thing is look at this. It's tootling along right here on the 13th of March at between $1.64 low and 185 high. Next day, because of good news, I guess, FDA approval, whatever it is, it's tootling along after rocketing to a low of $3, doubles, right? And it has a high of 349. Look what it does. It has an inside bar, Chapman wave, Roman candle right there. It goes to the high and then breaks it and then comes back, closes in the middle. Next day, it closes above the high. That's really important within 2 days. That's a good sign. It says that at least for a few days, you should have the midpoint as support, and that's what happens. It hasn't taken out the low, and it bounces around, makes an arch formation. And what is the low right here on the 2nd of April and the 3rd? 306 and 305. What was the low? $3, round number $3. And then what does it do? The 9-period moving average shoots higher. So what I normally do is I grab the outer limits, outer bars, and I go like this, and I make it into a rectangle formation. And I say when it breaks either and closes below or above, that's when you have to monitor it very closely. Breaks above, goes to peak C, and it makes another sideways move, fractional lower low, but that's not the point. It goes to almost a D. It's a high today is 403, and it has to get to 406 to start at 406. Yes, it has to go to 406 to start a leg D. I could very well do that. Let's just see the 120-minute chart. Peak A, peak B, peak C. It's leg C right now. So that's, yes, definitely should go higher. I like it. And what's really, what it's telegraphing right now because of the news, because it's held so well, that news is, I don't know whether it's still pending or whether it was very optimistic, but it's saying that whatever the, because it's a biotech stock, whatever the federal investigation, whatever is being done, so far it's been receptive very, very positively. It's just been moved. It's walking. Look, it touches the 14-period moving average once in a while, but it's really walking the 9. And on last week, Wednesday and Thursday, it actually tested and broke under the 14-period moving average, but closed on it. And then Friday was a big green candle, and here's another green candle. It's doing very FDA approval on GERN. GERN is the symbol, trading at 401, up 22 cents. Yes, that's the response that you want. And then what happens is, at a certain point, the enthusiasm kind of wears out, because now, of course, there's sales. There's a whole bunch of things that appear on the horizon. As that horizon, that's the other thing I want you to talk about. I'll do that. I'll talk about that maybe tomorrow. Let me put that in here. Tuesday, I'm just going to, I wonder if I'll even remember. Horizon, I'll put time sequences. It's so important, time sequences. So in this particular instance, it's the approval is exactly what the price wanted, what the company obviously means the price. And here it is in a multi-year high. Once upon a time, I remember this from way back. This was a stock that it rockets and fails. It could be SpaceX. I mean, I don't know what it does, but 1.74 back in November of 2017. A couple of months later, it's at $6.68. Wow, wait a minute. Just a couple of months later, it's down to $3.13. Whoa, no, not good enough. Next time, it's at 6.99 in September of 2018. That bar, I mean, this is what happens with biotechs very often, in the small biotechs. It goes from $6.99 down to $1.50 in 1 month, September of 2018. That wasn't it. It still went even lower, and then lower. The low was 1.19. And here it is at 4.03. I mean, that's like $119 and $400. That's a big, big deal. And we just got a little ping. Garo in Newport Beach. Garo, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you, sir. How about you?
I'm well, thank you. In fact, I had a little doctor's checkup this morning. Looking good.
Good for you. Bravo. Mr. Basil, I have a question regarding Riley, RILY.
Yes.
By looking at the daily chart and the weekly chart, do you think that on the weekly chart there is room to go up to 45, 46 from here? Or by looking at the daily chart, you think that it is to the max? Now this is the time to get shorted. What's your idea?
So I just need to see what happened right here. I think that's a double 35 round number high, 35, and then 40.09. So that is a peak. So this is gone. Folks, we're looking at, if I can actually read it. Oh, this is B. Riley, Financial Inc. Okay. So the way I'm looking at it, I'm starting with the low in February. I'm counting the Chapman wave peaks, and that's peak A, peak B. Yep, that's a peak B, and then under it is an A, and under that is a B, and then it goes to a combined C. That says it should get to a D, and lo and behold, it gets to a D right there, and then it gets to an E. You know, I like this chart. I wouldn't be thinking of this as a short, not right now. Weekly chart, leg C. Give me 1 second here.
Sure.
Okay, so first of all, at my eye says right now, I don't see anything technically other than just a little bit of a pullback. I don't see that as a short. That's number one. Number two, the 200-period moving average in the weekly is 35.95, and it's trading right now at 30.06. So I think it could hug this line for a little bit. So if you're thinking short from 38 to 35, yeah, maybe so, but I just don't see it. I don't feel comfortable saying that that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing it trading on a weekly basis with 35.96 as a magnet line that will probably come down to at some point, but I don't see it right now as anything else but just very short term, a little overbought. Look at this. When a stock gaps up like it did 4 sessions ago, it's just hanging around. It's hanging around in the 21, 22 area, and the very next day, the low is 20, 644, the high is 35, round number, and then it goes to higher highs. Garo, I don't see this either as a long or short. I think it's looking very good, but it just might be a little tired right now. You want to hold on a second? We'll come right back after the break.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Tigers, the inaugural session of Live Trading Fridays with Larry Pesavento was a massive success. Trades were communicated, questions were answered, and money was made. Every second and fourth Friday of the month, from 9 a.m. to noon Eastern Time, Larry wants you to join him as he places live trades and takes your questions. That's right, with this monthly subscription, you receive access to 2 live trading events. We are gearing up for the next session Friday, April 26th, so there's still time to sign up. For this month only, use code LarryLive at checkout in order to secure $50 off your monthly subscription price for as long as you subscribe to the service. We'll see you next Friday, April 26th, Tigers. TFNN, educating investors.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Hi folks, we're back. We were talking to Garo about PE riding, financial being on the high, now 5 simple trading, 38, up $1.66. No, I don't see this as a short. If anything, on any pullback, I'd be looking at this for a bounce to try to push away from the 35.96 area. In fact, on a very short-term basis, if it gets to 40.35 in the next day or so, it's making that 35.36 area as a springboard. I hope that helps you, Garo.
Mr. Basil, by looking at the weekly chart,
yep.
This is stock at the 200 EMA. You think it will go to $46 or $45 from here by looking at the weekly chart?
Yes, I do. I think that not about 46. My first target would be 42.50. 42.50, and then we can see what happens. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hope that helps you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling, Garo. So, folks, let's just do this. I think on a very short term, the market is a little bit, it sounds funny, but I think it's a little bit overbought. And as a result, I'm expecting it to pull back. I'm looking at some areas that I want to be buying. I'm not sure about shorting at all, but I am looking at some buys. But at the same time, I think there are certain areas that are starting to falter. As I said, Microsoft, I shouldn't say this because we are long, but I'm anticipating a choppy sideways moving. Oh, that was a 1 minute chart. That was not right. Let me go to my, let me just do this on the 1 minute chart. I had a question. If the 5141 support in the 5 minute chart gets taken out, that's the 200 period moving average of the E-mini. Be careful because it could very quickly test 51.35. It needs to get to 51.49, 51.50 and hold there for at least 15 minutes. Now, another thing that I was saying is that within the context of the market itself, look at this. The brokers are moving higher. I think that's important. But you've got some sectors that are still quite weak, especially when it comes to the yield area. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow and check out my opening call daily newsletter. Stay tuned for